is BYOT. Bring your own tacos.
Dick swinging.
You're listening to American Slacker Podcast.
We can say fuck.
With Matthew Gertz and Jesse Landers.
I don't care, I've been smoking, this is cool.
That's a decent amount of sausage.
This man needs a doctor!
Yeah, I just hope they're tasty.
What's up with these clowns, man?
Cut the lights and went through people's pockets.
Don't you point that at each other.
Let them smoke a little. You need to step it up to that point. We're not gonna lead with the.
We're not gonna lead with that.
So, Matt, we got something really exciting to announce for our listeners here.
Oh, yes, we do. We've had this in the works for quite a bit now.
Yeah, we're talking, we may have hinted at it on the live show. I'm not entirely sure, but we're doing a giveaway for New Year's.
We are doing a big giveaway. Not just a giveaway. It's quite big.
Our biggest in Slacker history.
Yeah, and we're kind of, it's like kind of us, a little bit of us giving away and a little bit of us passing along the privileges of our sponsors of the past too, which is really cool.
Yeah, we have some studio headphones. We have some glass from the Weed Box Company.
Really nice glass.
Really nice glass.
Yeah.
And of course, some American Slacker podcast stickers to throw in there with it. And this is going to be all sort of one big gift bag or basket. I don't know if there'll be a basket. Don't hold us to whether or not there's a basket involved.
I'm going to say 85% sure that there's not going to be a basket.
Oh, that there's not. Damn.
Yeah.
We high probability no basket. But
most likely cardboard box style.
Yeah, there you go. And we will guarantee that it includes those other things we were talking about. So I want to tack on, you have to be 18 or older to win this.
100%.
We're going to be announcing the question on our next regular episode. So that's going to be episode 127.
Yeah.
So you'll have to listen to that episode to figure out the question. The answer will be in this episode 125.
Oh man, just keeping you to where you have to keep your attention on us at all times if you want the goodies at least.
So pay attention, listen the whole way through, because there might be something in there that'll win you a nice pair of headphones and some new glass to smoke from.
Hell yeah. And we're gonna announce this one January 2nd, you said?
January 2nd, because that'll be the next regular episode that comes out. So this will be our little New Year's giveaway.
Nice. Yeah, coming to the new year with some new shit. It's always fun, and you'll definitely be smoking in style. I'll say that.
Once we do it, ask the question, we'll have you send us your answer on Instagram. And then once everyone's, once the cutoff date of January 1st essentially happens, then we'll announce the winner on that following episode.
Hell yeah. Welcome to American Slacker Podcast. As always, I'm Matt.
And I am your prize lady, Jesse. I feel like one of those number flippers, or whatever in Price is Right.
Oh yeah, where you got to deliver the news. Did you?
I don't look nearly as good in a dress, though. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, he doesn't. I'll vouch for that.
I told you never to speak of that.
All right, man. Sorry. Forget. The pot. It gets to the mind. My short-term memory.
Let's move along and forget that was mentioned, and give a little bit of love to the people who retweeted us on Twitter. We always like to give a little shout out to one of the people who retweeted our most recent episode, which is always our pin tweet on our profile. Our profile or our Twitter handle is at AMERSLKR podcast. If you want to follow us over there and get yourself a chance. Matt, this time around we have 59 retweets.
Okay, we got a decent amount.
Oh yeah.
Well, my mom's birthday is this month. It's the 19th. So a little shout out to Mama Gertz. We're going to do the 19th number.
Oh, there you go. Little happy birthday, Mama Gertz. And number 19 on the retweets is at The Harper. That's at the HARPER on Twitter.
Okay.
This is another podcast. They tell it like it is. No bullshit podcast with untimely comedy and passion for preaching common sense. Every show is unedited. Wow. That's
okay. Yeah, common sense is a lost art, it feels like today, right?
Yeah, for sure. It's just like you run into all these situations and you're like, what? How the fuck did this person drive here?
I know, right? How have you made it this far?
We'll have to check out The Harper. They have a website, theharperguys.com, and they're out of Ohio. So go follow them at The Harper on Twitter. Thank you again, guys, for the retweet.
Oh yeah, just do it.
So,
Nike, don't
Matt,
sue us.
Like Nike? Yeah, I was gonna say.
Don't sue us, Nike, please.
So, Matt, what else are we just doing today on the show?
Well, we're just gonna do some bizarre news, as we always do. We got a bunch of shit going on, including a news story that's proving yet again that man's best friend has turned on us.
Oh no.
Then we're gonna step into video games. It's been time. We've been playing Xbox a lot. We got a little bit to touch on. Some new games with gold. There's a lot of cool shit coming out, and we'll touch on that. And then finishing it out, it's tech time. So stick around. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
And with our weird news, we always like to start out with a little bit of weed news. And this time we're talking about hemp. Marijuana's butt ugly cousin. Is that, that's not, I think I'm slandering hemp a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, it's like a great product, but definitely don't try to smoke it. And I'll stand with you. It kind of doesn't look pretty. Whereas like weed, when it's flowered, is like, ooh, that's pretty. It's like it's a flower.
Weed's like the beautiful,
Hemp's like
lady,
dirty and
and then-
brown.
hemp's like the stocky like male cousin who like is a lumberjack.
He's like the cousin in the mids, but he makes mids look like fucking, I don't even know, like Paris Hilton of weed.
It's like I can't even smoke you. You're so durable though. Now hemp has had a storied history throughout our country, just between the misconceptions between hemp and cannabis, the laws that have been passed banning it because people thought it was the same fucking thing as weed, and also talking about the lumber industries, how they don't want cannabis and hemp to be legalized because then that threatens their bottom line.
Yeah, it's amazing. And everything from paper products to actually building houses can be replicated with hemp. So they have reason to worry.
Building materials.
It's one of the strongest fibers there are, which is crazy.
And you get a lot more yield. So Matt and I, we're definitely supporters of pro hemp. And I actually have cigarette papers that are hemp.
Oh shit.
So it's weird, the laws that sort of have been banning it in terms of like the United States agriculture, and an unlikely name, Mitch McConnell out of Kentucky actually sponsored to get hemp legalized industrial hemp through putting it on the farm bill that they're hoping to pass by the end of the year.
Okay, that's great. Fucking God, man. It's about time. It's only 100 years late, but I mean, come on.
Yeah, seriously. And they're doing it, to try and up the, industry and just make it legitimized so that the economy can actually benefit from farmers yielding this crop.
Yeah. I'm all about hemp, but I've got to say, I'm not about hemp clothing. Like for the most part, that shit is pretty rough.
Yeah.
It's like wearing canvas for clothing. Like
little hippie ponchos.
Like I want to support hemp, but I'm not gonna wear my nipples off in a cheese grater sweater.
Yeah, no, fuck that. Fuck that. They don't breathe either. That's very true. So I mean, in terms of like textiles, not necessarily the best, but maybe for like making fucking burlap sacks and shit.
Dude, hemp paper. Let's not forget the Declaration of Independence's like first two drafts were written on hemp paper. Come on, let's go back.
So this is interesting to see a Republican senator whose name usually isn't associated with positive cannabis type issues.
Okay.
Actually kind of flipping. Well, I mean, I understand that it's probably easier to support hemp than it is to support cannabis from like his standpoint. If I were to like look at his
nowadays, it's easier for people to dissect that it's not THC, it's not really cannabis.
Absolutely. Even though many other facts seem to fly in the face of people and they still look away from it. We'll be posting this cannabis article from marijuanamoment.net up on our Facebook page, so you can check it out for yourself. Read a little bit more into the farm bill, because I'm not going to just sit here and talk about the farm bill all day. That's going to put word.
What if the people want it though?
If they want it, they can read it over on our Facebook page. It'll be posted up there for them to dig right in.
If you want it though, let us know. Maybe we can work Jesse for all he's worth. We'll make a Patreon special. Yeah, word for word.
Where I just literally read articles word for word to people.
Word for word. All right.
Well, if they do want more, we could throw in the fact that up on our Patreon we put up our cannabis news that we do almost every month for the other podcast that we've worked with called Growcast, and If you want to, just get straight access to some of the bonus content that we do, along with that extra cannabis news that we do, you can head on over to our Patreon or subscribe to Growcast.
Now's the time to do it. We got a ton of content in the process. Getting ready to plan out for Patreon only. So,
Patreon will be bursting at the seams.
oh my God. Do it.
Boosting at the seams?
Do it. Taking away the just so I can't be sued. Moving along, we're going to Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. And, can I say all I want for Christmas is a fat sack of weed?
Oh, I thought you were going to say a pigeon forge.
I wanted to say that at the end of that article, but I forgot. But now I'm going to say it now anyway. But so not everybody's too hyped that it's Christmas time. We've moved along to December. It's time to get your shopping done, people. Let's not be last minute.
This is true.
Well, Scrooge struck early in Tennessee. And man, he went to a Hilton and he took down a beautiful 20-foot blow-up inflatable snowman.
Oh no! That's a huge inflatable.
So we got a gentleman, just to break it down, pulls up in a red Jeep to the front of a fucking Hilton hotel.
Okay.
Fucking jumps out of the car, leaves it running, slashes a snowman back in the car within 15 seconds. Just why?
Just a stab and dash.
Yeah. Like I can't come up with a motive. Do you have any idea why? Do you think it's like a disgruntled employee?
Maybe just youthful fun, or like couldn't take that fucking smile 1 second longer.
I
Wipe
guess,
that smirk off your face, Frosty. It's not even snowing yet.
Man, a hotel guest who was witness to it, he said, there's a little modern day Scrooge in that little dude. So
that, or just maybe it's some sort of insatiable need to pop things that are inflated. I feel that from time to time. You just see something big and inflated, you're like, fucking pop that.
It's the bubble wrap syndrome, you're saying?
Exactly.
Okay.
It's just that primal need to pop something that's like inflated.
Yes, man. It seems to me like an attack on Christmas. And this guy wasn't in green, so it's not like it's the Grinch. I don't know what's going on.
It seems Grinchian, but yeah, I don't know. I'm guessing his motivation.
Copyright. We're stealing that.
I think his motivation was less holiday related and more just like watch it all burn.
Watch it.
Pop
Type
this.
of man that just likes to watch the earth burn and
exactly.
Okay. All right.
Just gonna pop every. It didn't matter if it was a Frosty, if it was a giant rat for like a protest, if it was like anything. Just popping frenzy. Now, what do you think was the weapon of choice? I'm thinking screwdriver.
No, he definitely had a knife. Because, all right, I'm looking at an image right now, and it's a front up of the snowman. He's undergone surgery for everybody that was worried.
Oh, he's reinflated.
He's 100% fine. He's come out of critical. He's gonna make it. He's fine. He's got a little bit of a wound. It's noticeable, but we're talking like I want to say it's like a 4 to 5 foot gash. So this dude must have ran up with something that was razor sharp.
Yeah, seriously. Just
and just
like a box cutter.
Like I said, 15 seconds, he was back in his red Jeep.
Yeah, it happens really quickly. It was planned out. That's for sure.
It was definitely planned out. He's had his eye on the snowman for a while. One of the cool things that came out of it, though, was they set up a GoFundMe after all the concern in the local area had to come about. And
Frosty's hospital bills?
No. All the donations are actually going to go to Mountain Hope Good Shepherd Clinic. And so it's bringing out positive, this little incident. So maybe it's kind of like the Grinch Stole Christmas, man. Listen to me. It comes around. He did a little positive. Maybe his heart grows 2 sizes in one day.
All right, you got to pump the brakes on this for me. You're saying that an inflatable got stabbed, and
yes,
the community came together to raise money for some charity?
Yes.
What? Like, okay, yeah, I'm cool with the outcome. I just don't know how you get from one to the other.
I don't know who made this decision, but I guess they were like, fuck it, we're going to steer this negative in a U-turn and bring it back to positive for us.
That sounds like someone was just like waiting for the moment there, and they just like jumped like they're like, I need to raise money for charity. I just need the right sign. And they're like, did you hear Frosty got stabbed? And they're like, that's it. We're fucking doing it. This is that's the catalyst for this charity fund drive. It's like they already knew they wanted to do one, but they had no reason to pull one off, and they just sit there. waiting. Like, no, I mean, yeah, I heard that, you know, that person's dog passed away. No, that's not quite it.
That's not it.
There was that 15 car pot. No, I don't think that's quite gonna do it. There was a family whose house was burned down. No, I don't know. They were always kind of dicks. Oh, well, Frosty got stabbed. Fucking Eureka. This is
Maybe you're right. Maybe the real story in this scenario is within like who the fuck came up with the concept of we're gonna take a fucking $80 blow up. Let's be real. This shit was probably purchased at Walmart on sale.
The hotel can afford to repair it. It was already repaired by the time that they did the fund drive. It sounds like.
Like, why even repair it? It's like one of those things. It's like throw it away, get a new one. Like,
I mean, good for Mountain Hope or whatever. Like, I mean, they're the ones that made out all this.
Yeah, hopefully they made a good amount.
What if they fucking did it? It's an inside job.
I'm trying to pull up. Yeah, they've reached over their goal of $1,000 actually. So they donated well over $1,000, and man, they had an anonymous gift of $600. Jesus,
that's the stabber.
Yeah.
If I had to guess, that's the person.
I'm gonna throw this person right under the bus. Liz Shallow gave $325. So she's really with the cause. Anyway. It's a fake name. Liz Shallow. She's shallow as fuck.
So now that we're done maligning people who have given to charity, let's move on to another culprit here who has been breaking into people's homes and shitting on their pillows.
And breaking my heart. This story breaks my heart. I'm gonna say that.
This story makes me giggle. We're heading over to New Zealand, where Jack, the small Shih Tzu Bichon Frise mixed breed dog, has been leaving little presents early for Christmas. He's getting loose from.
You really are spinning this in a positive.
he's there. If you saw the picture of this dog, he's just sitting there with like this little timid smile, sort of like, I don't know what I've done.
Oh, he knows.
I'm just doing what I feel in my heart. I don't know why this dog from New Zealand, he'd be more like, I'll just do what I feel in my heart.
I guess, yeah. I'm not the best New Zealand accent, so I'm gonna say yeah. Thumbs
Sweet.
Up.
Nailed it.
Nailed it.
So this small dog named Jack has been escaping a fenced-in area in his owner's backyard, which his owner was none the wiser on. And then he goes prowling, and he's got a plan. He's looking for cat doors, because I think what he's doing at the end of the day is framing other animals by shitting on the owner's pillows and breaking cat doors. And it's on pillows, and he's done it to like several houses. It's not even just like, oh, you know, he happened to shit on one pillow. Like, this is his like target. It's
his trademark. He's like the Sticky Bandits. Like
exactly.
He's the trademark, and
he's the Stinky Bandit. This one.
Fuck. Could you imagine like what if it's like they have a cat door and it's like obviously like it's a dog shit on their pillow. They're like so confused. Like, what is this? What?
The owner was saying he just feels bad because I guess a lot of other pets were like blamed for this and got, you know, got screamed at because like the owners thought that they were shitting on their pillows. And the cats are just like, I'm framed. This is fucked up. Like,
the fucking Smiths put down their bulldog because they thought he was going senile.
Oh my god! It's like, if the shit does not fit, you must acquit. Like,
oh my god! Yeah, dude, we need to get a pet lawyer on this.
This dog was just framing people left and right, fucking going in, burglarizing, and I guess he held grudges too when people would chase him out. Like when he got caught a few times, he would get chased out, and those are the houses he would go back to. People who gave him a treat and were nice.
Shit.
They didn't get a shit on their pillow. So he's collecting fucking bribes. It's like protection treats.
All right, so
used for that.
I work with dogs. My theory is he was like, after he realized they were an asshole, he was like, all right, I'm going to find the area that smells most like this asshole, and then I'm just going to fuck it up. And so he looked, sure enough, he couldn't probably get into the closet where all the clothes were.
Right.
He went to the bed, and he was like, oh, whoa, I see where you chill. And
Yep.
that's when he defecated all up and on the place you rest your head. That's so fucked up. The worst place. Like, I'd rather him piss on or shit on a clothing, so I can throw it out and
It'd
just
be pretty bad, but yeah, the pillow's worse. 'Cause
my whole bed feels like disgraced after
you
that.
gotta burn
Like,
the whole thing.
I'll throw the pillow out, but still my bed feels tainted.
This
As minimum.
motherfucker. He's it's such a tangled web that they weave, because now the owner feels bad that other pets were blamed. This dog's extorting people for treats. And
yeah.
the owner has had to put the message out there to say, if you can prove that my dog is shit on your pillows, I will buy you new pillows and pillowcases.
Oh my God.
Which has led to just an influx of pictures of shit coming into this man's email.
God.
Some that were probably from his dog, and some that definitely were not his dog and probably weren't even a dog.
You think like anybody staged it? Like,
I think
holding
people
their
shit
dog
on
or cat over their pillow,
and sent this guy a picture.
or like you think like a person shit on their own pillow, and then
Just to
like,
send
that's
this
not
guy-
an animal, man.
Send this guy a picture and be like, "Yo, get me new pillows." I'm gonna shit on my own
all
pillows.
across
It's
my pillows.
gonna work out perfectly. Just gotta
Your
get
dog's a
the nice
dirtbag,
angle.
man.
Go high up, take a selfie with it.
Oh,
So
gritted.
this dog caused so much fucking chaos. He's escaping. He's shitting on pillows. Other animals are getting blamed for his actions. His owner's now getting pictures of shit in its email. So I don't think he knows. He knows not what he do. But he's caused so much pain and suffering with his little shit antics.
I guess this goes into how important it is if you have a doggy or cat door. Just lock that shit. Like,
Yeah.
just lock that shit. You don't need this ugly little Shih Tzu showing up at your house, using your fucking pillow as toilet paper. You know he's dragging his ass all across it. Like,
See, if that happens, I'm locking it the other way. I'm gonna put it so that he can't get out if he gets in. It's like, you're in my house now.
oh my God,
Yeah.
I'm going full Kevin McAllister, Home Alone style, and fucking setting up like a fucking dart gun to shoot him in the fucking eye when he comes through the doggy door. Fuck that thing.
Yeah, poor little Jack. Keep him on a leash. Maybe that's the best course of action.
Yeah, police your dog, people. God, not the only Christmas chaos we're talking about on this episode. Moving along, our next story is really just about an app that is downloadable from the Amazon Kids store. Now, you would think, 'tis the time of the year. Kids want to interact. There's always do you remember when you were a kid, the news was like the big deal? Like there would be the Santa radar on the news.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
NORAD.
Santa's in London. We better go to bed because he's going to be here in 2 hours.
Yep.
Shit like that. Well, nowadays with technology, there's an app where it allows children to call Santa, right?
Oh wow.
Pretty easy to manipulate.
I would have thought his schedule would be too busy this time of the year. He's not taking calls anymore.
Oh, he's a believer. Well, coming with this app, a lot of parents have downloaded it, trusting that Amazon, one of the biggest companies in the world today, would have their shit together, and this app would be completely kid friendly, especially when you go to it's in the kids store, right? I mean, it's
you would think those would be pretty well vetted.
very isolated section. Yeah, you really just can't throw any app out there. Well, apparently it's not the case. We've got an app called Santa Call, and tons of parents have downloaded this for their children to call Santa. And the reviews are coming in not so hot, because what happens when you call Santa isn't exactly a kid-friendly experience, I guess I'll say. But I'll let the actual call do the talking for me.
Hello there. Can you hear me? In the 5 nights, I'm here for you. I will look for you, and I will find you, and I will kill you.
What the hell?
All right, so
The British woman. What the hell?
obviously, yeah, the woman was talking, but yeah, that's not so friendly. You definitely don't want your kid thinking that
So that's
Santa's
supposed to be the voice of Santa.
Yeah. I didn't know Santa had like an Irish English accent.
Yeah, that's very, very particular.
Learn something new every day.
That's creepy as fuck, though. So it's a little Irish Liam Neeson fucking voice saying, "I will find you, and I will kill you."
Yeah, exactly. So, you might get a little chuckle out of that, but it's definitely what you don't want your child to hear.
No, because they're going to be
tormented
terrified
by
of Santa after that point.
Christmas is no good anymore.
You see him in the mall, he's just like staring daggers at you.
Oh my God, he's looking at Santa like, he's coming for me.
Yeah, right? If
Santa's
I were a kid,
under my
I'd be
bed.
fucking freaking out. It's weird that was able to kind of sneak through the sensors.
Yeah, man, I don't know how there was, somebody let this just go. It's been reported, it's still up though. That's the unfortunate thing. And many, many kids, from ages 3 and on have heard this eerie message because parents didn't fucking look at it first and just assumed. So it went right to the kid.
You gotta screen that kind of stuff.
You definitely gotta screen it, and it just
Otherwise,
goes
you
to
end up
show.
with little Liam Neeson being like, "You've been naughty, and I'm going to find you and give you a lump of coal right to the back of your fucking head."
Yeah, right.
It's like, oh my God,
dude, just
it's eerie. When you were playing it earlier, it sounded like something that could be sampled in like a dubstep song or something.
dude. Yeah, you imagine.
The bass is going to kill you.
Kill.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Oh yeah.
Okay, it works in a sample. It doesn't work for like a kid's app.
Definitely doesn't work for a kid's app, especially when a kid is thinking that Santa himself saying like he will find you and kill you.
Right?
Especially when it's like the most magical fucking being in all the world to a kid. Like it's like somehow he floats into my house and leaves me gifts.
Good shit. Yeah, right.
Like what the fuck? Like this dude is the best. And then all of a sudden it's like I fucked up. He's coming to kill me.
Oh my God.
I knew
That's what
I should
happens when
just
you're
ask my
naughty.
mom.
Now, yeah, I just want to make sure that any kids listening who shouldn't be listening in the first place to this, just know that you have nothing to worry about with Santa. It's the Easter Bunny that's coming for you.
Oh fuck.
He's coming in here.
Never
He's
trust
small,
a bunny.
He's quick, and he knows where you live.
It's constantly hopping side to side. You can't trust him.
I can't hit him. He's too quick.
Man, yeah. Easter Bunny is the one to be worried about.
Yeah, he's a lot
Any
more.
bunny with eggs, that doesn't make sense, right?
No,
It makes no sense.
it's filled with cyanide. So we're moving on to a little attack like the one that the Easter Bunny is going to pull. But this one took place in Philadelphia in a deli where a disgruntled woman was denied free beer and decided, I'm going to torch this thing with a poor man's flamethrower.
Okay. Poor man's flamethrower. Why don't you break that down for people?
I was gonna say if people don't know what a poor man's flamethrower is, it's when you take a bottle of some sort of aerosol like a hairspray or maybe a can of Axe, you hold up a lighter and you let that sucker rip, and it's gonna produce a flame probably about 1.5 to 2 feet away from you, causing some damage, definitely scaring the shit out of anyone near you. And this woman, she was in a Philadelphia store. It was like a deli, and it was just before 10:30 a.m. So we're not talking like a late night. Oh, I've been out partying, deciding to do some crazy shit. This is like I have my hairspray. Like she's the MacGyver. She's got like a lighter. She's got her hairspray. She's got her tactical flashlight. Her mirrors to signal for help just in case she's in the middle of the fucking woods. 11 in the morning.
Oh my God, yeah.
So she's walking around. She's got all of her stuff, but she's missing one thing. She's missing some beer. And she goes,
Needs a drink.
I need some beer. She goes into this deli, which is owned by Yang Lin. And Yang Lin says she wanted beer, but didn't have money. And I didn't give her beer. And that's when she got angry.
No money, no beer situation. Clear as day.
She threw glass towards him, and then he said, "You need to get out of here." And she was even more angry at that point, and she wanted to fight him.
Oh man.
Now there's video surveillance of this from the store's camera. She has like sort of the barrier of the counter in the way, but she leans through because they also have the glass there, the like plastic shit separating like behind the counter from in front of it.
Yeah. Like
And she sort of leans through the hole, whips out the hairspray from her pocketbook, and ignites it with a lighter. Lynn said he had to run from behind the counter to avoid being burned. Because, there's not much room back there.
I was going to say, that's pretty terrifying to imagine, like, coming through that little, like, 1 foot port They're like people pass money there. There's a
It's like,
fucking
"Ah!"
couple foot flame like
Jeez.
what the fuck?
Like fucking Game of Thrones all of a sudden. Like you got a dragon entering your deli.
Dude,
Okay, you get a pack of Marlboros and some fucking dragon stone.
I wouldn't know how to combat that, honestly.
Seriously, there's nothing you can do. It's not like Lynn's walking around with a fucking shield made of fucking alloy to block these flames coming at him. Like, oh, back, you stink. Like,
Although it would be
off with a fucking mythical sword or something.
It would be badass if it came out from behind the counter with like a fucking mace with spikes. It was just like, you want it, bitch? I've been waiting to say my whole life. And he's just like, it was like, oh shit.
Medieval warfare in the middle of this.
Almost like you're not
Philadelphia
gonna be
deli.
prepared for this stuff.
Shit's crazy. So eventually the woman left. She's described to be in her mid 30s or early 40s, about 5'5", red hair, medium to thin build. Last seen wearing flower gray pants and a white stripe down the leg of her pants. So if you see this lady and she's still wearing the same pants, that's just dirty as fuck, because this happened on November 30th.
Man.
They didn't end up catching her. That's the thing that sucks. Is she's just, you know, they're still searching for her. We'll post this article up so you can see the video. Maybe
Yeah.
maybe catch this fire breathing woman.
Yeah. Identify her and stop the next victim of her
Stop the
flames.
madness.
Well, we're keeping it dirty here at American Slacker. And our last story is it's pretty dirty. I'm gonna say Starbucks has decided to ban YouPorn and all, you know, adult related sites and their free Wi-Fi that they offer.
It's gotten that bad, huh?
It's gotten that bad. I just gotta say, who's jerking off mobily? I know Lil Dicky's got that in the song, but like, who's doing it? Come on. Let's
These bathrooms are a hell of a thing to clean after the YouPorn crowd comes through.
And YouPorn didn't take it lightly. They had to respond with a company-wide memo, and it's actually a little humorous. It's not really serious, so it's not exactly, you know, a big deal. But it was quite funny how they handled it. And the memo simply said, in light of the news that Starbucks has blocked customers from searching and viewing adult content within their establishment, Starbucks products will be officially banned from the YouPorn offices effective January 1st, 2019.
Fucking Pete's and Trader Joe's coffee only or something.
Yeah, right. Like, obviously, you know, I'm sure there will be Starbucks lattes all over the YouPorn offices, as you can imagine any, you know, really professional environment would have.
Imagine the CEO's just on the hunt. Like, fired, get out.
What the fuck is that?
Walking through, everyone's like trying to smuggle cups under their fucking shirt. It's like it's mostly full. I don't want to throw it away.
They got Dunkin' stickers they're slapping on that shit. They're like, what the fuck? He's even smelling them. He's like popping cups. He's like, that's Starbucks. You're lying to me. This is Starbucks.
He just dips a finger a little on the gums. He's like, this isn't Dunkin'.
That was homemade, and you just ruined it, you scumbag. You put your finger in my shit.
This is pure espresso.
Yeah, so obviously it's a little humor that YouPorn's just poking back, and I think it's quite funny. Obviously, you know, I mean, it's kind of weird. You know, I'm not about censorship, and I know you aren't really, so it's like a weird thing to to
I mean,
block it,
I
but
hope
like,
that people just wouldn't. And
yeah,
you wouldn't have to make
we
a
wish the honor system applied to the porno industry on your phone, but some people just can't be trusted, I guess, and I guess this is an effort to keep our kids safe.
They're just tired of those prank videos coming in and playing porn real loud.
Oh, I'm so sick of those. Like,
so one thing I didn't realize is that like one company can ban another company, and then that company can ban the other company back.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it makes sense. You want to like kind of like have your own like company politics, you know?
I guess in a way it's weird because it's not like Wendy's is like banning Monroe muffler and brakes or something. Like it just seems like it's weird where you pick those factions kind of.
Yeah, true.
But I will say now, knowing this knowledge, I have a fucking proclamation to make.
Okay, I'm all ears.
American Slacker podcast was banned inadvertently before it was created from Kmart both Matt and I are banned from Kmart. We're not allowed to go to Kmart's, supposedly. So
Supposedly and allegedly, we did some things that got us banned.
I don't think we need to get into all that.
We don't. That's why I'm saying allegedly, because I mean, God.
So I've decided we're retroactively banning Kmart from American Slacker Podcast.
You know, I hear they're not going to be around that much longer
Oh,
anyway.
look at
So
that.
I mean, I think we did our
That's what
job's
fucking
done.
happens when you do that shit to American Slacker. I know we weren't created at that point in time, and it was a long fucking time ago. And
Hey, we're not going to say it, but if you want to say American Slacker is behind the demise of Kmart,
we'll take
that's
it.
up to you.
So retroactively, Kmart is banned from when we started the podcast to today. So no Kmart is allowed on American Slacker Podcast. That no Kmart products. We're done with them. They can suck our balls because we're done with Kmart.
Yeah. Fuck Kmart.
If there's any other companies that you think we should ban because they suck nuts, we should, collect those up on the Facebook group, and we'll read those off. If there's any, other companies that you guys have a grudge with that you want us to fucking give the business, that's let us know on the American Slackers Facebook.
We'll definitely give them the business end of the stick.
We'll give them the fucking business.
There was a fist raising moment just for the people listening to audio.
So we're moving on to our funny clip of the week. And this one is in tribute to No Nut November, which if people don't know about that, that's I guess an internet thing where people are not jerking it for the whole month of November. It's not something I particularly, take to because I don't really... I don't keep track of it in that way, but we thought it was appropriate with the end of the month with the YouPorn story to be showing this funny clip.
I guess this is where I say, I don't partake in this kind of madness, and I'll just say this. All these fads, find them equally gross. I could say this is the outcome of all fads. It's just this disgusting floor mess, whatever you want to call it.
So someone on Reddit posted up a clip from what looks like a Dirty Jobs episode or something where people are cleaning up. It looks like an adhesive, either that or like a bunch of horses had like an orgy, because this is fucking gross. And they called it the end of No Nut November. So we're going to be posting that up to gross you out on our Facebook page on Friday this week, in honor of the end of that hashtag that we didn't partake in anyway.
Yeah, if you partake
then
in
I hope
that kind of thing,
I hope your struggle has made you a better person. I don't know what the fuck to say to that kind of thing. It's like, what if your coworker came up and was like, Matt, I just completed No Nut November.
I would just get away from it.
Don't shake my hand.
Don't talk to me. Like, God. All right. Moving along, we're about to get into some fun shit and step away from the gross shit. And we'll be talking about Xbox gaming. But before we do that, here's a quick word from our buddies at the Lost Signals.
These are untethered conversations at the back of a bar.
These are the things that we oft leave unsaid.
These are the lost signals we put out into the ether.
With discussions on video games,
movies,
literature,
philosophy, and more.
The Lost Signals is a podcast platform
for interesting analysis of pop culture at large.
Founders
Scott Thurlow,
Stephen Ramosi,
Jonathan Ian Manzer,
Chris Morgan.
I produce a steady stream of content
since March 2015
to bring our unique views and ideas
to our audience.
Game over.
It's me, Mario.
Finish him.
And we are back, and it's time to talk about Xbox gaming. Now, we've been pretty busy playing Red Dead Online.
Yeah, since the release of it, we've hopped on there a couple of times during the during this beta that they've had open, and I'm hoping that it's just that. It's the beta that it doesn't include all the things that they're hoping it has, because I felt it was a little lacking.
Definitely, when you're going from such a complex free world from the single player, and then you come into this really bare bones and wacky economy. A lot of people aren't happy with the economy. That's one thing like, the guns are really expensive and the missions pay like $5.
And I wonder if that's part of the beta where, they didn't want people to be millionaires by the time the online version came out.
Yeah, and another thing they're saying is they might not even transfer over whatever progress you're making in the beta. So
which kind of sucks.
It does suck. That's why I'm not, I play a bunch, but like now I'm like, man, do I want to keep going and waste time when it's like I'm going to have to start back at 0?
I totally agree with you. It's kind of like, what's the point if all your progress is just going to be undone, especially if you're going to have to redo the same missions again.
Yeah. So hopefully it changes. We'll see. It is a beta, so we can't be too critical.
We'll keep an eye on it. Some other games that you may be playing are the games that are given away for the games with gold for December. Now, if anyone out there has a gold subscription to Xbox Live, you get these games. And we always like to kind of run down the list and just give you a heads up of what ones are maybe worth playing, worth just avoiding.
Seems like a pretty good month, I gotta say.
Yeah, definitely. The first one that they're giving away is Cube 2, and that's Qube 2. And it's an Xbox One game. It's available all of December. Kind of feels like Portal. I got the chance to play it for a little bit. It's definitely a puzzle solving type of thing, and you're like using these little boxes or cubes to help solve the puzzle to kind of get you through to the next room. Okay. And there's like a story behind like what's going on too. Like, I think you like crash landed on some planet and someone's like talking you through how to like get off the planet. It's pretty cool.
Definitely looks like Portal, like you're saying. It's really interesting and it looks pretty nice.
It's definitely in that same vein. It's a cool looking game, very futuristic puzzle solver adventure type of thing.
That's awesome. Definitely worth checking out. That's all of December for that one.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Yep.
Next up, we have Dragon Age 2, which is an Xbox 360 game, and that one is available from December 1st to December 15th. And this is one of those port-over games. Dragon Age, if people aren't familiar with it, it feels a lot like Elder Scrolls, I guess.
Yeah.
More sword fighting and shit.
Yeah. Definitely seems like it. I've never had my hands on Dragon Age. A lot of my friends have like been into that series.
It's not bad. If you like the hack and slash kind of adventure role-playing type of thing.
You can ride dragons and shit, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So why not, right? Give it a download.
Awesome.
Next, they're giving away a game called Never Alone, which is an Xbox One game that's available from the 16th of December to the 15th of January. And this game I'm really intrigued by.
It looks gorgeous.
Yeah, absolutely. It looks like you're a little like kid in the like tundra, and you have a little spirit guide kind of or something.
Yeah, it looks so interesting, like all the storylines.
They say it's a puzzle platform adventure game.
Yeah, I'm definitely downloading this to check it out. I'm hoping it doesn't disappoint me. Like, it looks like, it could be a kid's game, but it might be one of those games that just has that appearance and it's like, fun to play through for any age.
I guess it's based on the traditional Inupiaq tale. Oh, wow. Kunyuksayuka.
Man.
So if anyone's familiar with that age-old tale.
Man.
I don't spoil the ending for me. I want to play through it instead.
And see what's up. Yeah, it looks great. Definitely intrigued by this.
Yeah, it looks like a beautiful game. Yeah. So make sure you check that one out. And last but not least, we have Mercenaries 2, Playground of Destruction.
Pretty cool, man, because I was an OG fan of Mercenaries 1 on like the OG Xbox. Thought that was fun as shit.
It was always a great series just for the fact that you could like blow up pretty much anything. You can take down whole buildings and walls and stuff. I was always amazed.
Yeah, it was ahead of its time, and just really fun and a small scale open world, which was really cool.
Yep.
Yeah, so this is definitely cool. It's a 360 game, so it's going to be a little, old, but hopefully it still holds up. I'll be checking this out.
Absolutely, and that one is available from the 16th of December to the 31st of December. So be sure to check out all those games. You got Cube 2, Dragon Age 2, Never Alone, and Mercenaries 2, Playground of Destruction. And we are about to get into our tech segment, but before we do that, here's a little something from the So It Is Told podcast.
What it is, everyone. I'm Jacob Meza, the host of the podcast So It Is Told. Each week I read a new folk tale or fairy tale with a local comedian and or world traveler. Like your drunk grandma reading a bedtime story, there's suspense.
Oh my god, they are cannibals!
Magic. And all-around madness.
They're birthing hips!
Available on any mainstream podcast directory. Fresh.
Technology.
And we are back talking about a little bit of technology for you. We're always interested in the goings-on of, the science and mystery of the universe. And
we make.
Yeah, and any little gadget that can get us so that much further. And one that got us really, really far that has actually been put into retirement is the one we'll be talking about in this first article. NASA Kepler's spacecraft is dead.
Oh, they put her down.
They took it out back like old Yeller, shot it with a shotgun.
That's a sad ending for such a historic piece of NASA equipment.
Yeah, right. No, it ran out of battery power, I believe. And it was launched originally, the Kepler's space telescope spacecraft, and it was launched in 2009. So it's been up there for what's that? 9 years.
Almost a decade out of her. Almost.
Yeah, and for something that cost $692 million to make, it at least got us some really pretty pictures. It helped us discover a lot about exoplanets and planets, and helped us discover the fact that there's tons of planets within the Goldilocks zone, or the habitable area away from a sun like we are, or a star like we are. So it's definitely given us advancements over the years, and I guess this is a little American Slacker salute.
Yeah, man.
Kepler spacecraft for its duty and service to science and advancement in space.
We salute you.
I'm hoping that they send up something that, since I'm sure there's been advancements since 2009.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Send up something else soon with an even more powerful telescope that can
double the resolution.
That'd be great. And crazy zoom on that shit. I want to see a selfie of me from Pluto.
Oh man, I want to be able to see the anus on an alien on Pluto. What?
There you go.
Damn, that's in depth. I don't think we can achieve that yet. Some devices get put down, but the new ones come. And our next little story here is about the InSight, which is a really cool piece of technology that has just touched down on Mars. Now, this one is going to be used to do in-depth testing of the interior of Mars and take vital signs, including the pulse and temperature, and really get an idea of if it is going to be, long-term, with all the ideas of building on Mars. I'm sure this is going to help out to make sure it's, they're not going to waste money on a planet that has, any problems.
Right. It's like all your scouting ahead of time.
Exactly. And plus, it's going to dive into the history, we need to know more about the planet we're going to fucking choose as Earth 2, basically.
We'll have the first Martians in existence, at least.
Man. Yeah, it's crazy. You think it's going to be in our lifetime that it actually is staged the first space?
No, I mean, for them to do it, you almost have to create an atmosphere or build something to live in. So unless they're gonna send giant ships full of carbon dioxide there or something and transplant trees, it'd be kind of tough.
I'd hate to be the first people, because what an experiment to be part of.
I'm down with sending more of these robots. It makes more sense,
It definitely, yeah.
Let them do the hard work, and then we can blaze the trail afterward when it's a lot easier.
Yeah, and it's really cool, man. This device, it's just gonna pound radar into the surface and pull all these different fucking readings, man, which is pretty cool.
Wow.
It has to stay still the whole time. And I don't even know if this is gonna be a retrieval mission. They might just leave the sucker there and let it die out. Send a signal to the satellite and back to us.
They need to get some of those running robots from Boston Dynamics over there.
Oh my God.
Those ones that are parkouring up fucking stairs,
the gravity.
Send one of those fuckers. They get 20 of them and just send them out in different directions on Mars.
God,
Camera, GoPro strapped to their.
What's the gravity on Mars? Wouldn't they just float?
I don't know. You definitely have to adjust for that, though.
Yeah, that's up to them. We'll leave it to them.
Sure. Well, the future holds some interesting things. Also with gaming, with the future, even next year, Xbox is looking to create a radical new version of their current Xbox, the Xbox One for 2019.
Always fucking changing these companies. Just when you think you got the good system, there's another.
Yeah, well, I don't know if this is one that I would even go for. It's radically new in the sense that it's going to be completely discless.
Be careful how you say that one.
The discless Xbox is going to essentially be games with gold and Game Pass machine, because it's going to be all digital download, and let's hope that it has a decent sized hard drive.
Man, that's a risk. Wow. Getting rid of the drive. I mean, there's some games you can't get on the store, I'm pretty sure, right?
I would guess, but I will say, like, it's more with like indie games becoming bigger and stuff. Those are all digital anyway.
Yeah.
And they are offering a disc to digital program, which will allow people to trade in physical discs for digital download codes at Microsoft stores. So it's not like you're boned. Like if you have like a whole collection of discs,
just bring them in, get the code, boom.
I mean, they're kind of going the way of cassettes, it seems.
Man, but the hard drive, you're right, man. This thing better have like fucking 10 terabytes. Like,
better be a monster. Or you're gonna have to, drop another 100 on like an external just to hook up to it.
Yeah, man. I couldn't imagine like what you would need for 50 Xbox like One games.
Yeah, especially bigger ones like Red Dead or
100 gigs
and stuff.
Yeah,
yeah. So we'll see how that goes for them. It might be dud, but they have more Xbox next gen Xboxes coming out, which are codenamed Scarlet.
Oh,
and those are
aggressive. I like it.
Yeah, those are completely different from this discless one, so we'll see what they end up doing with that. If that next gen one has a disc drive or not.
Probably a little experiment of their own here to see if it sells well. Then no disc drive on the next one.
Yeah.
Man, weird shit is happening. Speaking of changing the game, we're gonna move over to talking about agriculture and farm animals, where they're gonna start practicing gene editing, which is pretty interesting to me. I mean, you hear about CRISPR, which is human gene.
Is this when they like put rhinestones on their denim? I'm thinking of something else. I think.
Are you talking about like bedazzling? What is going on?
Yeah, genes editing. I thought we might call it something different.
Oh yeah. Calm down, Denim Dan. We're talking about actual, DNA gene, like tapping into the DNA and cutting out traits that you don't want.
Okay.
Now, instead of starting with, making larger and bigger, badder chickens and cows so that we get the biggest, most plump meat that we could ever want, they're starting with easing, animal suffering, which is pretty cool. And how they're doing that is they've started with bulls. Now, when you have, bulls together, they have horns. It's a problem. So what they traditionally do is they just cauterize the fucking horn right off. And, no painkillers, nothing. So, it's kind of a uncomfortable thing for both the farmer and the animal, more so the animal, obviously. And now they've cut out the trait to actually have these horns, and they've sired a few calves that had no horns.
Oh, wow.
Pretty fucking amazing. Now they're going to, do this to just prove that these are the same animals. It's not like processing them with antibiotics and hormone adjustments and all that shit. It's actually just cutting out single things that we don't want, and isolating the bad and just focusing on the good in the DNA.
Okay.
Another thing they're doing is they're taking male piglets and they're stopping them from going through puberty. And one of the reasons they're doing this is because pigs can take on a boar taint, apparently, if they go through puberty. And it's really gross. The meat is horrendously, it smells horrible.
Huh.
And it tastes different. So they typically just snip off the balls of the piglets with no painkillers.
Just like
lop
them off.
Yeah, and kind of just heat seal the fucking area. So cauterize the fucking.
Welcome to life, buddy.
Yeah, and so you can imagine, not pleasurable. So they've been able to modify this. The pigs never go through puberty; they're forever a piglet. And I guess they live the best life they can before they're slaughtered.
Okay.
So
now I'm guessing they're just like editing out the balls is what it sounds like.
I don't know. It didn't go into depth that they stopped the process of developing testicles.
Okay.
But they just said they're able to take away the ability to go through puberty and actually.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, man, this is a cool step because you can only imagine what they're going to be able to do in the future, and definitely when you're talking about it, bigger dicks for every animal, including chicken. Because wouldn't that be funny if a chicken was walking around with a hog hanging?
Walk those poor.
You'd just be like
dragging behind them like a snake.
The loudest rooster ever, and you're like, hey, look at that thing. I can't even yell at him.
You fucking slap me.
You got slapped by a cock's cock.
Very true. So things that are also getting bigger and badder are police vehicles, especially in Dubai. Because in our next article here, the Dubai police have gotten an addition to their arsenal here, which is a hover bike by Hoversurf, which is a California-based hover vehicle.
What is this, Back to the Future over in Dubai? What the fuck?
Dude, these look like mix of motorcycle and a helicopter.
That's ridiculous. It sounds very unsafe.
Well, they're getting safety training. That's what this article is saying from CNN World. It's has a video of the police doing training in like what looks like a soccer field or a soccer pitch, and they're supposed to have a couple of their hover bikes added by 2020. So you might just be getting pulled over by a dude on a flying motorcycle, which is fucking crazy.
Or fucking chopped up by one that doesn't know what he's doing or malfunction.
Yeah,
I just imagine the safety being like, don't crash, you don't die. It's simple, boys.
Yeah, right. Well, I mean, I think the pilot, as long as you hold on, you don't get like thrown forward into the blades or something, you'll be okay. The thing weighs 253 pounds, has a total thrust of 800 pounds. So you could have someone ride on back with you.
Dude.
Max speed of 60 miles an hour, safe flying altitude of 16 feet. I don't know what that means. Is that mean
anything higher? Fucking
winds above 16 feet are going to fuck you up? Can't handle it.
Man.
Also, it's like take a motorcycle body, put like four
drones
on it, and then pop helicopter blades on top of those little legs. So it doesn't have like a back propeller or anything to keep you stable in like winds.
Yeah, dude. Wow. That's a really weird concept. I'm curious to see how this goes, or if we're reading about all the accidents.
If anyone was, wondering what to get me for Christmas, these are only $150,000.
That's actually less than I thought it would have been.
Yeah, right. I thought it'd be like $500,000. So yeah, you can get one for your very own pretty soon.
How many?
I don't know if they're available yet. I think in 2019.
All those oil princes are going to be fucking going ham on these things soon.
Yeah, instead of Bugattis, it's going to be these hover bikes.
Fucking hover Bugattis. They're going to be customizing and shit. Oh my God.
Got like gold propellers on the fucking thing. They're cool. I definitely suggest checking out the video. We'll post it up on the Facebook page so you can check out these hover bikes in action.
Hell yeah. And one last piece of technology we wanted to touch on before we step out of this. The Samsung foldable smartphone has been teased, I would say. Not too many specs are out yet, but they showed it at a developers conference, and I am in love.
It looks so cool.
It looks really cool. Now we're talking about
Back to the Future. That's like
right.
Foldable screens.
So yeah, we're talking. There's no crease in the screen. It's a foldable device with hinges that are enclosed, so it's not ugly. You don't see any like hinges, hardware, or anything like that. And it goes from the typical 4.5 or maybe 5.5 inch screen to a 7.5 inch tablet with one quick unfold.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
You really got to see it to like believe it, because you've been thinking like, oh, a foldable screen. How does that work?
The one thing is it does look a little thick when you fold it up. So that might be a difference in the pocket. Usually, the bigger the phone gets, it's still thin, but just longer and wider. So the thickness element might be a little weird at first, but the idea of having so much more room to work with is pretty fucking cool.
So it's just on like a flexible kind of material, I guess, huh?
Yeah, they're saying that it will be able to be folded hundreds of thousands of times and you won't see it anywhere. Which I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know if this thing is gonna.
Now this makes me wonder: could you like essentially have like a small like TV monitor folded up in your backpack that you could pull out?
That's the future.
You know,
we've definitely talked about those. You know, there's been so many prototypes and whatnot, but they can't figure out a way to make these things to where they're really going to hold up for you know, consumer use and price. You know, they got to make it affordable, otherwise it's going to be a very special market.
Yeah, very true.
Which is you know, a waste of their R&D department. So you know,
it's like it's cool, but no one wants it.
Yeah,
no one can afford it.
Yeah, there's millions down the drain on a fucking prototype.
So when are these actually going out? Like,
they're saying it could release in 2019, but there is no definite date. I would expect to see, you know, at CES this year, they're going to be announcing that date. But all we have for now is the limited specs that they gave at this, which is, you know, it'll be able to run up to like 3 different apps on the screen at the same time.
Cool.
So you get your multitasking, banging out shit left and right, or you can just watch Netflix on a fucking glorious monster TV in your pocket.
Right.
You know,
it's crazy.
Yeah, it's definitely awesome. And that about wraps it up. Thank you all for tuning in. Real quick before we leave, check out our Facebook page. You can find us at American Slacker Podcast. Also find the American Slacker group. Also check us out on Instagram at American Slacker Podcast. You can find the art and promo for each and every show. And our website is AmericanSlackerPodcast.com.
You can find us on Twitter and Reddit at AMERSLKR Podcast. We're putting tons of stuff up on our YouTube channel. We're going to have more unboxings and stuff up on there, along with video game clips and, you know, pre-show stuff. So make sure to go check that out, subscribe to it, rate and review us on iTunes, and please tell a friend, create another Slacker. That's what we always like to say. And yeah.
Hell yeah. Send us an email, AmericanSlackerPodcast@gmail.com. And also check us out on Spotify. You'll find the show there and a playlist with each and every artist that we featured and some we've had on the show. Search American Slacker Podcast. You'll be jamming out in no time.
And we want to thank some of our Patreon Slackers who support the show. Big shout out to Dave Gunn, Seth Anders, Aaron W. from the Yes and I Am podcast, and a new Patreon Slacker, War Baby from the Killer Kids Murderous Minors podcast.
Thank you guys so much. And hey, thank you, War Baby.
Don't forget, if you want some of our merch, you can visit our shop, AmericanSlackerPodcast.bigcartel.com, or just go to aspodcast.com and check it all out there.
Hell yeah. And if you want to get at us on a personal level, you can catch me on Instagram at MWG Media and Xbox Live at Matty G from HP.
And I'm on all that shit at Landers the Plane.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We love each and every one of you. And until next time, that's it.
There you go.